guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make peanut butter cookies. They're super simple. They just require a few ingredients, but everyone's been asking for them, so I figured, you know what? Let me do it. So let's go over the ingredients so we can get started. You need some all-purpose flour, some regular granulated sugar, light brown sugar, unsalted butter at room temperature, smooth peanut butter, 1 egg, baking soda, salt, vanilla extract. That's it. Super simple, but incredibly easy to do. First thing you want to do is preheat oven to 350 degrees. And now we're going to get rolling with the dough making. And this is very straightforward. But, you know, the one thing I think is really crucial to this is to let the butter and the sugars beat for a long time, for like 3 or 4 minutes, so they get really nice and thick and pale and creamy. Makes a huge difference in your cookie, I promise you. So in my standing mixer, I'm just going to put in 1 stick. There's a half a cup of unsalted butter at room temperature, granulated sugar and brown sugar, half a cup of each. I'm going to just turn this on, and I'm going to let that go for literally like 3 or 4 minutes. I know it sounds like it's a long time, but you really want that to be super thick and creamy. It makes a huge difference in the end. So let that go, and then we'll add in our egg and vanilla extract. My sugars and my butter have been mixing for about 2-3 minutes. As you can see, it's really beautiful and creamy, which I want. So now to this, with the motor running, I'm going to add in my egg, just 1 large egg, and some vanilla extract. Just about a half a teaspoon. You don't need a whole lot. And I'm going to let this as well beat for about a minute or 2. I want it really nice and thick and pale, almost like a slightly whipped cream consistency. It's awesome. It makes the cookies so fluffy and moist. I guarantee it, you're going to love when you do this too. We'll just let this go for a couple minutes. That's perfect. Exactly what I want. Nice and thick and creamy. Now to this, I'm going to add our peanut butter. This is smooth peanut butter. Now, I am a lover of natural peanut butter, the kind where the only ingredients in there is peanuts, but for whenever you're baking, that's not the peanut butter to use. In fact, I always keep a container of like smooth peanut butter that you use for your kids, you know, PB&Js, because when you bake with it, if you were to use a natural kind, it splits. The oil from the peanuts split, and then you have a really kind of awkward, oily batter. It doesn't work. So use a natural peanut butter for your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but use that kind of stuff, the creamy stuff, for whenever you're baking. So just mix this together till it's incorporated. And in the meantime, I'm just going to mix my baking soda and salt into my flour. That's a really strong peanut smell. I love it. Now, if you want to, you can add like chopped up pieces of peanuts. But I'm not going to. I really like the smooth texture of the cookie. So I'm just going to leave it as is. And now I'm going to turn this down just a tad. Just like so. And I'm going to start adding in my flour. I'm not going to put it in all at once because I really want a smooth texture, smooth consistency of the cookie. So I'm just going to do it little by little to make sure that we avoid any lumps. Last bit of dry ingredients. Kind of mix until I see it's pretty much pulled together, and then I finish mixing it with my spatula because I want to avoid over mixing. So just scrape it off the dough hook. Just using my spatula to mix everything from the bottom to make sure we didn't leave anything behind, because sometimes it does that. Okay, that's perfect. I'm going to take my baking sheet, ungreased, non-stick, very important. And this is my cookie scooper. It's a 1 tablespoon scoop measure. So if you don't have one of these, you can just use your 1 tablespoon like measuring spoon and just use that as your guide, because you want them to be about 1 tablespoon each. And you have to place them a couple of inches apart because they will expand and they will stick together. So you want to avoid that as much as possible. It's not the end of the world, but if you can avoid it, do. I'm just going to scoop them onto my cookie sheet, and then we're going to proceed with the next step. My last cookie. Now, I'm not going to make all of them. I'm only going to make about half the batter and take the remaining half and put it in the freezer because this batter freezes beautifully. And, okay, so next step, you want to take your 2 fingers or the palm of your hand, and you just want to flatten the cookie. slightly flatten the cookies, just like so. It's so easy. You can get your kids to do it. I mean, to me, it's something that I enjoy to do because you don't have to really think. It's easy. There you go. Just press them down with your fingers. Or like I said, you could use the palm of your hand. Doesn't really matter, as long as you're getting them flattened. And then, kind of want to do it evenly though. And then you take a fork and you're gonna make crisscross patterns, like that, and like that. Just like so, onto each cookie. It wouldn't be a peanut butter cookie without the crisscross patterns. I mean, come on. So, just going to continue to do the rest of them, and then we're going to bake them. Last one. And here we go. Now, these are going to go into your preheated oven and bake for about 15 to 18 minutes. And now, if possible, you want to place your oven racks top and middle and avoid the bottom, because sometimes it can scorch the bottom of the cookie before it's perfectly done. So I'm just going to put these in and bake them for 15 to 18 minutes until lightly golden, and then I'm going to let them cool for about 5 minutes on the baking sheets, and then let them cool completely on a wire rack. And my cookies baked for about 15 to 16 minutes, and I let them cool for about 5 minutes on the baking sheet, and then I moved them to a wire rack to cook completely, and now they are done, and they smell divine. I'm telling you, the smell of, if you love peanut butter, you're going to love these cookies. I'm just going to take a quick bite. So good. There's only one thing that can make these better, in my opinion. It's to sandwich them between like some really, really good grape jelly. Come on. Wouldn't that be awesome? Note to self. Delicious. But I hope you guys saw how easy this was, and I hope you go in your kitchen and make these. And to get all the ingredients, to get all the full recipe, you can find it on my website at www.laureninthekitchen.com. And I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi guys, I have some great and exciting news to share with you. I now have an app. You can find me on iTunes. You can use it for your iPhone, your iPod Touch, and your iPad. You can take me to the grocery store, you can take me into your very own kitchen, you can take me to your living room. I've included some of my favorite and most popular recipes from my show, anything from pot roast to pizza to brownies to cookies. There's something for everybody. I've also included a recipe converter so you can convert my recipes to metric if you ever need to. I've also included links to my social media pages so you can keep up with everything I'm doing. Now to get my app, open up your app store on your device and search for Laura Vitale or Laura in the Kitchen. Now I have a lot of exciting updates coming for this app, so stay tuned.